Thank you all so much. Thank you to Cornell and to all of you here today for your very warm welcome. There are definitely some big shoes to fill on the stage. My name is Mary Grace Stone, and I am so excited to talk to you all today about Scratchwork, a collaborative whiteboard tool made by mathematicians. To get started, I want to invite you all to join me today by thinking about the last time you worked through a problem. We all do it every day. Many of those might have been drawn out by hand, whether detailing language characters to working through a problem that you need to commute to a coworker or to your class or to your friend. There are many reasons to draw by hand every day. One way in which we work out our ideas by hand is, of course, the written word. It's very common. As you can see here, by starting by drawing out our ideas on a piece of paper, it's the way we think. We can plant a seed of an idea and grow from there. Then came the word processor. We all know it and use it, again, almost every day now. And that brought that process of hand drawing your ideas, in fact, your words, into the digital age. You could then edit, share, send endlessly. But what about the other way we think? What about our hand-drawn images? There's still no way to bring those into the digital age currently. What if we could knock down that barrier? We have this problem. It's a pretty simple problem, actually. We have just no way to quickly and naturally express our ideas on a computer and then work with them as digital objects. Right now, there are a number of awkward and seemingly rudimentary workarounds for this. You may have tried to hold up some of your work to a Skype call once and hope that they could see it in the moment before you have to lower it. Or you might have tried to type out an equation like this one here, but as you can see, it takes up so much space, and you may just forget a parentheses and make the whole thing useless. Or maybe you've just gotten frustrated and given up and tried to just scan it as a frozen image and send it via an email attachment. So we came up with a solution, a collaborative tool that just makes drawing your ideas easy. When thinking about this and creating it, we talked to hundreds of users and test cases. In academia, we spoke to hundreds of students and professors who told us that they really enjoyed the process of writing on a tablet, but that those screens were just way too small for them, and it ended up just not being effective. So we made that part of our features. With your Scratchwork board, you can open it simultaneously on your tablet and your desktop, and that way you can work with the freedom of the bigger screen and still draw on your tablet. We talked to hundreds of more, again, across fields, not just academia, to lawyers, pharma reps, judges, and many fields, including especially tutoring. And they told us that they actually really loved the initial process of working with the pen and paper. It was fundamental to them, and they didn't want to give it up, but they still wanted to work with them as digital objects. So that became actually our core feature. That's our webcam scan. And let me walk you through that a little bit. It's really simple. We wrote an algorithm where you just hold up your work in front of your Scratchwork board. It captures just what you want and puts that immediately onto your board. Then you can select pieces, move them, duplicate them, and work with them, just as if you're thinking about it in your mind. This is fundamentally different from something like Skype, where, remember, you're limited to working with just the frozen image and hoping you didn't make a mistake or explaining it without the visual aid. The benefit of programs like that, of course, is that you were able to communicate face-to-face. So we have that too. In addition, our team of developers is really hard at work thinking how we can take that to the next step. So we're developing features where you can just draw on your board, again, via whatever means, whether it's your tablet or your piece of paper, even the back of a napkin, and just hold it up to a moment to your Scratchwork board, and it will recognize your hand drawings and convert them in one click to a more professional form, as you see here. In addition, we can also offer calculations, so we're basically, at this point, spell check for math. In addition, one of the final things that we found was really, really important to all of our users across professions was that they can import documents from outside and put that onto their Scratchwork board. So whether it's a lab report that's due next week or a project you're working on with your coworker, you can add a diagram, iterate, add, and mark up as much as you need, and then save and share. At the moment, these are the things that were really important to everyone we spoke to, and right now, Scratchwork is the only one who offers all of them. So what's our business model? We're starting with what we know, namely the classroom. Our beachhead market is going to be universities, specifically course packages, where Scratchwork will create a unique environment where students collaborate and share ideas, graders can easily post tips and solutions for problems, and the entire time, instructors can see what students are discussing. Based on this, we expect $50 a month per course package on average, and to expand to 50 courses over 3 semesters. Let me walk you through what those goals are looking like. We're starting with Princeton. Our entire team is made up of Princeton graduates and alumni, and we are very fortunate to have the support of the university and intimately see this problem on campus. During the second semester, we plan to implement 5 course packages at Princeton, and once they see what it can do for them, to spread beyond to 20 courses, and then the semester after that to 50. Using the same expansion model, we're going to go to 10 more universities and 20 more after that, leaving us with an annualized revenue of $1 million. Given the need that we've seen from Princeton, Rutgers, Penn State, and representatives from all over the education sphere, we expect a market cap only in education of $500 million. But as Robert Smith was telling us before, there are hundreds of millions of people learning to collaborate, communicate, and code all over the world. The issue of working with your hand-drawn ideas goes well beyond the walls of a university. That's why we've already been working with tutoring companies, businesses, community colleges, and high schools, and we expect, given the full potential of the fact that the world is connecting and needs a tool like Scratchwork, to have a market cap of ultimately $2 billion. So this all sounds great, and there are a lot of big numbers, but what's our adoption model? We've already started it, and it's fundamental to us that we offer a genuinely useful free product to our individual users, because, like I said, we're starting at universities, and students shouldn't have to pay. However, professors have told us that they are more than happy to use their university budgets, so we're also offering them an individual $25 package. But remember, this is all building up to those original course packages, where we're going to have our beachhead market and our main sources of revenue. We're already demoing our product on tablets to professors and approaching students at Princeton, Rutgers, Penn State, and many, many more via online marketing campaign to build excitement. At the time that I submitted the slides to this competition, we had a goal of 25 professors, 500 students, where we had 15 professors already signed up and 250 students. And I'm very happy to say that we've already broken past 400 in that time. I'm also very excited that we have our web app up and running in beta, and by January of 2018, we're going to have all of our tablet running, and then the full product in September of 2018. We're currently raising $400,000 in order to reach these goals. I have an incredible team behind me and working who really understand the market which we're approaching and this problem across fields. We also have an incredible set of mentors who have forced us to challenge all of our assumptions and come up with a really rigorous model. Lastly, I invite you to check out our website at scratchworktool.com and join our community. Here you can see I've posted my Scratchwork, a circle of fifths. My friend Birgit has posted a droplet on her work as a PhD student, a droplet on a superhydrophobic surface, and my co-founder John has posted Einstein's equation. We're compiling all of this into one seamless blog where you can just hover over and see how those around you use their Scratchwork to interact with and understand the world around them. Lastly, I want to leave you with our vision, which is simply a world where people can naturally express their drawn ideas on a computer and take full advantage of all that computers have to offer. Thank you so much. Hello.
I'm asking the first one. You ready? Okay. That was a great presentation, and we've been looking at a lot of computer vision recently, so I know how hard that is to develop a product like that. My question is sort of on the education hurdle of encouraging students to actually use the tool in the proper way if you're getting to them through a middleman, perhaps being their professor.
Yeah, that was a big question. We really had to sit down and spend a lot of the summer working on. The way we're planning on doing that right now is our first customers who have made soft commitments are actually online tutoring companies, primarily international online tutoring companies who are willing to give themselves an edge because everyone right now uses Skype or Zoom, and they really like them, but it lacks this whole aspect of features. So they're looking to set themselves apart from that market, and so they're the ones who we hope to be our initial customers as we build up to these ultimate course packages through institutions like Princeton and universities. And the way it works with them is they're the ones who set the schedule, they set the curriculum, they set the course, and that way when the student signs up, they'll already be told to download our product and use it in their classes. So it'll be integrated into their system that way. Yeah, yeah, of course.
Like, I guess I sort of had a follow-on question of that. Or is it the Mic's not on? There we go. Start to sing. So in a follow-on, so are the students who are actually getting it for free, like, so who is the actual customer for what you were working on? Is it going to be to try and get the universities to sign up and then provide that to something for the students for each of the courses, or each individual student going to be required to they download, and so some people in the class are using it and some aren't?
Okay, so this was one of our biggest issues starting as a company. We went through a lot of research and talking to a lot of mentors and testing different things. We ultimately came to the conclusion that we should not charge individuals unless we can offer them very specific professional packages, and they're like professors with budgets to work with. So we're not going to say no to that, and we will definitely offer a $25 package to them, but ultimately our revenue is going to come from course packages to institutions like universities, and then smaller course packages at tutoring companies. So we never really want individuals to pay. We want to sell licenses to companies and corporations and institutions. And that way, as an employee or a worker in it, you will have a Scratchwork account.
Okay.
Yeah.
From an IP standpoint, do you have any proprietary IP in the entire system? And the other thing is have you taken a look at other revenue models, from licensing to various different approaches?
Yeah, definitely. So we have been able to file for a provisional patent based on the specific algorithm that my co-founder John wrote for the webcam scan specifically, and we were very happy about that. And realizing that there's not really anyone else in the market who's focusing on academia or it as a professional tool. So initially we were doing a lot of research on tools like Adobe, where you can hold something up and scan your artwork, but we were actually very happy to find out that it was different enough. We had a specific algorithm, and we were able to file for the provisional patent. Yeah. That's perfect. Thank you. Thank you all so much.